All right, we're going to learn a few of the basics that you're going to need in order to make an effective BNN or a promotional video, or really any kind of video editing in Premiere Pro. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to download and then open it. And so it's going to look like this. We have to give it an appropriate name. Up there we're going to call it Premiere Pro. But then where it says destination, we have to click on there and we have to tell the computer where we want all our files saved. So I've made a folder on the desktop called Premiere Pro. I'm also going to put all of my clips on there. I'm also going to click HDV on that first screen. And so now what I want to do is I want to get all of my files into one location. Do not get them directly from the camera or the SD card. Otherwise, it always has to be in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to ensure that all of our videos are in the right folder, and for this one it's not, so I'm moving it from promotional into my Premiere tutorial, and then I'm going to paste it in there. Every single picture and video should be in there, and it should be organized. So I've dumped all the stuff that I need in there, and then what I'm going to do is I go back to Premiere Pro, and I'm going to go to File, Import, after they're all put in here. So now I'm back in Premiere Pro. I go to File, Import, or I double click on the bottom and I find all the files that I want, so I'm going to bring them all in. Now for the first file, it is a drone shot, and so I want to click those particular ones and a preview panel comes up on the top left. And so I click to the one that I want to have first. So those are not the ones I'm clicking. Okay, that's the preview, that's not it. So I keep going up. It's not that one either, it's this top one. And I don't want all of it. So what I'm going to do is I click it, and then I'm going to preview this. That's the one that I want. And so I don't want this stuff at the beginning. So I'm going to get the playhead, and it's that blue thing at the very top left, and I'm going to scrub through to the point that I want. There it is. It's the drone shot of the school. So instead of bringing it all in and then cutting it, I'm going to mark my in point. And so my in point is that squiggly line just below it. And then I'm going to preview until I see my out point, and it's the line beside. I'm going to get to that spot. I'm hitting the backwards one frame at a time. I hit my out point, and then there is a drag audio or a drag video only. I want only the video, so I drag that, and only my in and out point is going to be dragged into my timeline. I preview to make sure that that's what I want. I'm happy with it. So that's all that I want from that particular clip. Now these other clips, I want the whole clip. So instead of previewing and doing in and out, I just drag it in. But I've made a mistake. I did not want the audio. So I am going to put it up in the preview, and instead of marking it in and out, I'm just going to drag the video only, and I put that into my timeline. So then it scrubs the audio for me. Once again, I made a mistake. Preview it. Click just the video, and there it is. And I know that I want to do the same thing with the other two clips. Put it in, drag the video. That looks good. So now I've got 4 videos. 3 of them are the same. They have the same vantage point. And I'm going to increase the speed on my very last one to 1,000%. And so it's going to go quicker. Now it's too quick to see on the timeline, so I was going to go 5,000. I've made it back to 1,000 just so you can see it. I'm going to do the same thing with these other two because I want the clouds to appear to move quickly. And so I right-click, go to speed duration, change it to 1,000. And what that does is it separates them all. And so I get the first clip, the very far right one, I drag it to the left, I then make a box, and I select and I bring those over to the left so that they play at the same, like they play consecutively. So now I'm going to preview this. All right, and the clouds are moving. The clouds aren't moving as fast as I would like. 1,000 is just not enough. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to change the speed again to 5,000. So I did that for all the clips and it moved them far apart. So once again, now I'm going to zoom in, and that is the bottom. And so that line with the circles, if I drag the circles to the left or right, it zooms in, and it zooms in on my playhead. So now look at the clouds. The clouds are moving quickly. I'm happy with the way that looks. All right, so now I'm scrubbing through. Everything looks good. The cars are coming in and out quickly. So what I did there is I cut part of it. Alright, so I got the blade tool, I clicked on it, I then got the selection tool, and I cut part of the end. That's something that you're going to use a lot, that blade tool, and then just get the selection tool at the top and select what it is that you want to get rid of. What I'm going to do here is I'm clicked on my first clip and I want to zoom in on it. So you see on the top left, I'm changing the numbers by clicking on the blue and dragging to the left or to the right. And I want to position the school so that it's in the center of the frame. So here I'm zooming in and out, getting it so the school is really tight. Now the one thing this does is it does get rid of the quality of the shot, because now we're zooming in on just a small part of it. It is going to make it a little bit more pixely. So I continue to center the school by just playing with the numbers on position and scale. That's all that I'm playing with here so that I can get the school centered. And it does it for the entire clip. All right. Now I'm not going to want it to stay centered for the entire clip, so I hit those two stopwatches to the left of position and scale, and I insert a keyframe. So my first keyframe I'm going to set as the one for the whole thing, and then I drag the playhead down further. I click the keyframes and I zoom out, so I'm in tight and then I'm out further. And so I play with the zoom in and out back and forth to get it to what I want it to look at. You can see those keyframes on the top left. So this is the end of the particular video shot, and so that's I'm getting it to a wider shot. So there's my tight shot. I'm going to play this, and this is how it's going to appear when I run my video. So there's my wide shot, and then I go into my clouds moving quickly. We're going to want to add effects, quite a few effects. Alt key would be for green screen, but for this one I want to get rid of color, and so I type in ProCamp, and then I drag that ProCamp directly on to my blue video file, and you can see that it's turned green. That means that I've added an effect, and then what I do is I click and I go to the ProCamp and I change the saturation to 0 on the top left, and then it gets rid of all of the color for that particular clip. And I'm going to do it for all 3 clips. And so I'm removing all of the time here so that all 3 clips are done and they're all black and white. I'm also going to add video transitions here. And so up the very top where the effects are, you can see there's a video transition. I do have to hit the X to get rid of ProCamp because it's still looking for ProCamp in all of these different things. So I delete that, and then I go to my video transitions, and let's use the 3D. So I'm going to go to 3D motion, and then I'm going to go to cube spin, and then I drag it. There's an error there that comes up. It doesn't matter. It's still going to work. And I can see in between my 2 clips that I do have that effect. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play it, and you should see that everything is working, and